Not to mention that I got my desk all messed up. I don't like the way this is set up at all. Not happy. So what happened that people may or may not know is that, oh, how did that look? Yeah, no. Yeah, so testing all this with audio, with video, doing everything all at once, my computer crashed. So I actually have a monitor up right now to make sure, or hopefully see that it doesn't happen again. Shouldn't have happened in the first place, but it happened. Things happen with computers. So let's get back into what we were doing. So we were looking at the screen. I don't think I even saved any of them. So let's go back. Oh, we're at downtime still. We didn't save any of that stuff. So let's add another page. Let's add one. Let's call it. I don't know. Let's call it. No, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to do it one more time because I'm an idiot. Let's rename it. Let's get on some music. I think maybe that's what the problem was. Too many things all at once. So what we're going to do instead is, let me just make sure this is how I want it. And again, what we're doing, or what I'm doing, is just adjusting some of the sounds. Adding a filter to the sound. Huh. Audio input capture. So what I'm doing right, I renamed, okay. So whenever you put this stuff in here, try to be intelligent when you're renaming things. So you have it, like we're going to rename layout up here. We're going to rename layout to something different. And I'm having the problem right now that the way I had set up some of the filters and stuff that I did, I set them up with just, I don't think I was thinking. All right. That might be a little bit too much ducking. But, I mean, if you're hearing it and it's too much ducking, let me know. I don't even know if it's ducking right now, actually. But it doesn't really matter. Let's go back to the way the layout is. If I right-click on it, I rename it. We're going to call this testing. And what we're going to do is we can't add the camera to it. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to put the layout name over there. We're going to right-click, go to Edit, add a layer. What are we going to add? I don't know. Let's see what they have. So if I click on Screen Share, what are we going to share here? Can I make it lower? No. Can I make it smaller? No. Why can't I make it smaller? Can I move it? I can move it, but I can't make it smaller. Maybe it needs something first. So let's change it from a full screen application to, let me open up something else. What do I want to open that I don't want to allow on the public domain? You know, Spotify will probably work. Let me see if I can open up Spotify. Could display the entire screen. You know, that's not too bad. Let me open up that bad boy. Grab this window. So I have an option here. I can grab that picture, only capture this window, capture cursor, compatibility. Let's see what happens. See if I can catch any of it. And this is the fun part that I have with different types of things. So let me. Okay. So it's safe enough. So that's a page that I use. So let's change this over. Hopefully you'll see it now. What the hell is that? All right. Google. See Google yet? No. And this happens sometimes. I can also try this. Can I do the Go XLR? That didn't grab. Let me redo this because in some you have to relaunch. If you want to see what I'm looking at, maybe it's going to do this. So it won't grab any of my screens, and I'm pretty sure it's because that I'm still using the other OBS to record this. But I can also add some other things. I just want to point out that this layout is really nice. I really like this layout. You can add Twitch alerts in here. Again, any alert you want in any way you want to. They all sound and look good. Your audio is down here, which I like. I can mute my primary microphone. I can mute the stream itself, which is always nice. Over here I have a nice audio mixer, so I can use different primary microphones or inputs and then have a different output if I wanted to. I can add another piece of audio if I wanted to. Game chat, Discord. I wonder if they have that already built in. So it's just going to go by inputs, whatever input you have. It looks like it's a completely raw input. Wow. That's good and bad. It's good because you have the audio input. If you have all the inputs that are seen in your computer completely, you'll have the ability to be able to pull just about anything you want to plug in, which is nice. That's very handy. Some OBS and some other programs won't allow you to do that. They just simply won't. They want you to either use certain ones or not use every one that they use, or they'll pick them for you. Beats the shit out of me. You can go with an image, which you already covered. Just pick a picture out of your computer. Media, I assume it's the same thing. Once that comes up here, I can search for my media files, whichever media file I want. Sounds, images, movies. Yeah. Animated Be Right Back screen. What else do we have? We have a solid color if we need to. We have a color grading with our webcam, and we have an embedded web page. Now, the embedded web pages are kind of funny.
It's like a Geiger counter for the sun. Cool.
Embedded web pages. So you should be able to change this.
All the time, like your email every 10 seconds, or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores, the score used by 90% of top lenders, for free.
Yeah.
Even if
So it'll pull up our website. And what's cool about these widgets is that you can also go and
learn more at discover.com.
I don't know, wow, that's awful.
Limitations apply.
One of the things you can do that's really cool that a lot of people don't realize, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up off stream. I'm going to open up Streamlabs.
An uninterrupted pint of ice cream. And now, uninterrupted music. With 1 month of free Spotify Premium, you can listen to any song, any
You
playlist,
open up
without
Streamlabs.
interruptions from ads. Bliss. Ready to go premium?
Log
Tap the banner
in.
to learn more.
And you go to your gadgets, I think it's called. Open up your dashboard and you go to widgets, not gadgets, widgets. Now in widgets on Streamlabs, which is the most common, but you can pretty much grab widgets anywhere. Now, I implore you, download Twitch Studio if you're interested in doing this in any way, shape, or form. Download Twitch Studio. It's very nice, very easy to use, very, very, very basic. You can add different pictures. So a lot of times when you see people's overlays, those are essentially pictures. That's all they are. They're pictures that you layer. You either put in front or behind your webcam, depending on the way it's designed. When you put it in there and you have your webcam behind it, that's all you're doing is just adding these layers that you see over here on the left-hand column. That's all you're doing. You're adding media after media. For instance, if I added an image, and I will go to one of mine. I will add a standard size 4:3 ratio. So this is for my web camera. So if I had a web camera available right now, that is exactly what my web camera would be behind. Now on most OBS platforms, what you do is you put your webcam there, you get this all set up as big as you can. Down the bottom here, you would put in text if you wanted to put in text. Once you get all done with that, you would group that together into one piece by right-clicking on it. And once you group it together with a bunch of the other ones that you have, you can minimize it and just make it smaller, and all of it will minimize perfectly. So you can add pictures in doing that. What else is nice is that HTML thing, you might be thinking, oh, it's just web pages. Not necessarily. So I can go to, let's see, I'll do follower goal. So what I'm doing is I'm on Streamlabs, and I guess I can show you that. It's nothing personal there. So I went through Streamlabs. And what you can do is you can say the goal is, let's call this Quora goal. And we'll make it 20. And we'll start at 2 so you can see what it looks like. And we'll make the ending. So now what I can also do is I can also change the settings of this thing, and I can make it a standard one. I can make it condensed any way I want. We're going to go standard right now. I can change the background color to match the website. So I'm going to keep it white, but I'm going to take away the green. I'm going to make the green red. Not pink, damn it. I said red. There we go. That is a sharp damn red right there. That's a computer breaking your screen red. Go with a little bit lighter. You can make the bar thickness different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it off screen a little bit so I can adjust it a little bit more. So you can still see it. And as I adjust it, see how it's going to get thicker, it's going to get thinner. You can only get so thin before it starts looking stupid. And I can change the font if I wanted to, but that looks good to me. So I'm going to save the settings. I'm going to come up here and I want to copy it. Now the widget's copied. Now when I open up my Twitch Studio and I add a layer of an embedded web page, highlight that, cut and paste. There's my goal widget. As you can see, I can make it bigger or smaller. It's awfully small. It's too funny. So there's a simple goal that you have. You just copy your own. So again, we're going to go back here. That doesn't even look right to me. So I'm going to clear that out. Again, it's not perfect. My simple goal. Why is it a simple goal? Sans core goal. Oh, it's because I didn't start it. Indeed. Now I'll copy it, go back over, add it. It's because I didn't start it. Now, as you can see, the Quora goal is right up here. And I can utilize smaller. I can bring it down a little bit. and just keep it right up there. These are widgets, and widgets are very easy to do. With widgets enabled, you can get a lot accomplished on your beginner page. Now, as you progress, you're going to do different things. I mean, you might go to a spot like I do where I run Streamlabs because I like how much I can do with it. I like how much I can control it. But again, for basic stuff like plug it in and use it, this works great. Really nice to get a stream out there. So we finished up our test. We're going to go back to the main page. Now, let's say I want to save all this and I want to start streaming. So now I have the information up here, and it actually gleaned the information from the stream I'm doing right now. So it already pulled that information. If I wanted to, as I start stream, I can record the video by itself, or I can start the stream. Let's start the stream, just because. We know our audio is working right. We can test it. I don't have, you hear my Spotify going through on OBS, but I do not have that put into Twitch Studio. What I planned on using Twitch Studio for personally was just simply to record little pieces and test things. But I do like the fact that the audio, and again, if you see the audio down in the corner, let me see if I can move this box over a little bit. Put it back where it damn well belongs. Let's widen this a bit. That way you can see the different things that I'm doing. So with Twitch alerts, you can see down here, the audio for my mic is still going. You naturally cannot hear anything else that's going on. Now, if I hit one of my sound effects, oh, that's not working either right now. So that's going to be a fun day. But for basics and doing just the little things that you want to do, it's really easy. It's really easy to do. Your chat's going to be all right here. Your activity feed's going to be right there. You can change anything that you want to capture. So earlier, let me see if I can do that again without crashing my entire system. So what I'm going to attempt to do is open up Netflix and attempt to stream it as a watch along type idea. Hopefully my computer won't go crazy. And let's see. RAM's looking good. Computer is not overheating. Not even loading hard on it. So if I wanted to, I should be able to change the capture device. Come over here. The game capture is... Let me turn that on just because. I'll show you how that looks in a second. Because again, most of the time this is going to be for gaming. So what I'll do is while I'm doing this live, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I will start 2 games. And we'll see how that works. I am going to shut off the radio, though. Yeah, let's see how much I can load this thing with. Let's see. I'm at 30% load for my CPU, and my RAM's at 31%. So, still looking good. All right, where am I? Where am I? So, let's see if we got what we have going. Let's cancel that out so we have a new page. Let's start a new page. Yeah, let's start a new layout. And we'll rename this one Games. See what we can get going on that. So if I'm on Games right here and I want to capture something, since Gears 5 decided to rear its head, be super loud. I don't like that I can't do ducking. That bothers me, but for the live streamers, I'm just going to shut off the music for now. And see what we can get, make sure we get audio and things like that. So again, we haven't even started the stream using Twitch Studio. What we did do instead was we simply added another page in the stream layout, down here with the plus sign, add layout. We added a layout, we renamed it Games. Now Gears is more or less starting up. And we're going to see if we can capture that. So I'm going to go over to there. It's not going to be on my game capture because my game capture is going to be something different. Gears 5, it sees it. Let's see if it sees the actual video, which would be wonderful. There's always issues with that. Only capture this window. I don't even think that matters. We'll try compatibility capture. And apparently I can't do that. So we'll try that. Yeah, and it's not going to pick it up at all, which is unfortunate. Again, I've had a lot of issues with capturing. I have an issue right now going on with Streamlabs where everything's black. The black screen issue. Seems to happen after I install certain things. Elgato! Which is a whole nother thing I'll go over because Elgato is nice, but man, every time I install that game capture software, something gets screwed up. Every time. Alright, so that seems to be working. Do I have any sound effects yet? No, I don't. Let me double check that. Whole work, man. It's a whole work. Everybody working at once. Try a really loud music sample. See, that's the thing that drives me crazy is that I think these work. Of course they do. Which are fine. And that's the Go XLR. That's a whole nother. That is a whole nother thing. We're going to minimize that right now. We can hear Gears of War, but we cannot play Gears of War. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the capture device. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to go to my game capture, which again is one of those things that should work. Gears. And nothing. And like I said before, this is an issue that I'm having right now. Strange. And lastly, we'll try Netflix. Can't try Netflix because it's not coming up. Try a different layout. Ah, there we go. Okay, so that's another fun thing. So, in most places, you'll have window mode. I think that's not going to happen in this one. So what I'll do on this one is I will edit the layout and I'll add a layer on the games one. So let me, for shits and giggles, see if it'll work on Gears 5. See, this is the problem. Is that whenever there's new software, you have to test it out. And when you're testing it out, you don't know if it's going to work. You just don't. Or if it's going to work the way you wanted it to. For instance, selling my Go XLR is sending my mic into the stratosphere. And I don't know why it's doing that. Oh yeah, now it shuts it right down. Oh, you just never understand audio. I swear. Alright, so if I'm on games, let's go up to testing. Let a layer on testing, why not? So on testing, I'm going to add, if I go back up to the main board. I'm sorry, let me cancel out of this. I go up to the main screen share. So let's see if Gears, which doesn't look like it's going to be copying, the capture card is not really copying, and this is in the main screen share. And I've never had Gears 5 give me a problem any other time. And let's look for a full screen application. Nothing. So before everything I own crashes, which it shouldn't, because again, I'm not overexerting anything. We're going to cancel out of that. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to go into games. As in other OBS, instead of grabbing that full screen, what we're going to do in this one instead is, since it won't grab Gears, we're going to try doing Gears in another another way. So in games, I'm going to edit the games tab, and as if we were adding a window in OBS, we're going to do a screen share here. If I do the screen share, let's try Gears first. Hit done, and Gears pops up. Now we know that Gears works in this as a screen grab as opposed to a full game grab. And we'll embed our image. Remember we were doing this before. Let's see if I still have it saved in here. I think I do. So now see how our goal automatically comes up. I'm going to make it smaller eventually, I swear. What the hell is that? There we go. Let's try custom page resolution, see what happens. Oh, we can adjust the height. 87, let's go from 87, let's go to 55. What's that doing? Is that changing everything on this thing? Whoa. Yeah, we're gonna go back up to 87. In fact, I'll even do 90. Okay, let's stop messing with that. So when we made this originally, we can make this any size we want. So just because it won't work on the screen the way we want it to, isn't really that big of a deal. It really isn't. But we can adjust the size at a later time. It's not scaling. And again, that's something we can look into another time. I'm not really concerned about it. What I'll do for now, though, is I'll remove it. If you notice, they just said in order, because you can add other things in here. So if I was to add a solid color, just for shit. So if I put it over here, let's make believe that's a webcam, or that's your image, or your logo. So let me add another one. I'll add the BGFG logo. Is that the old logo? Where the hell did I put the logo? Wow. I can't find the stuff I want in my own computer. Yeah, it's interesting. All right, let's just find what we can then. So let's say we're going to add copyright infringement. Now, if I have that there, as I run through here, so I have the yellow one, the solid color. If I move it below image, it's going to be below it on the screen itself. Same thing if I take them both and put them below that screen share, which is actually the game. Let's go back up to games, and we're going to add another one. Let's call this one PlayStation. I don't even know if the sound's going through on PlayStation, but we're going to add that anyway. I'm going to switch over to it. When we come back here, we're going to remove the games one, because we don't need it. We're going to go over to our PlayStation. We're going to add a layer. We're going to go to our screen share, and we're going to go to our game capture. And there's our game capture. All the audio and everything's there. And it's going to be the same thing that we did in all the other ones. And you can change that screen share at any time. So I can change that screen share right now to, let's say, Where the hell is it? I didn't think that was going to come up. Wonder why it doesn't show. See, I don't have anything else open. Go Explorer up. No. Nope, but you get the idea. You can put in layers after layers after layers. That's it. It wasn't really that big of a deal. I just was excited that I actually started doing this, and I just wanted to see if I could actually get it to go, but you can't. There's other things, something else going on I could look into. Thank you for stopping by.